Assalamu alaikum, brothers and sisters. Today we are going to recite Juz 25, part 25. We are starting from page 481. 481. Bismillah.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إليه يرد علم الساعة وما تخرج من ثمرات من أكمامها وما تحمل من أنثى ولا تضع إلا بعلمه يوم يناديهم أين شركائي قالوا آذناك ما منا من شهيد وضل عنهم ما كانوا يدعون من قبل وظنوا ما لهم من محيص لا يسأم الإنسان من دعاء الخير وإن مسه الشر فيئوس قنوط ولئن أذقناه رحمة منا من بعد ضراء مسته ليقولن هذا لي وما أظن الساعة قائمة ولئن رجعت إلى ربي إن لي عنده للحسنى فلننبئن الذين كفروا بما عملوا ولنذيقنهم من عذاب غليظ وإذا أنعمنا على الإنسان أعرض ونأى بجانبه وإذا مسه الشر فذو دعاء عريض قل أرأيتم إن كان من عند الله ثم كفرتم به من أضل ممن هو في شقاق بعيد سنريهم آياتنا في الآفاق وفي أنفسهم حتى يتبين لهم أنه الحق أولم يكف بربك أنه على كل شيء شهيد ألا إنهم في مرية من لقاء ربهم ألا إنه بكل شيء محيط.
47. To him alone is referred the knowledge of the last hour, and no fruits emerge from their sheaths, and no female conceives or gives birth, but with his knowledge. And on the day he will call out to them, where now are those you alleged and proclaimed as partners to me? They will surely say, we proclaim to you that there is none among us who can testify to that false claim. 48. And those whom they made as deities and invoked before will surely fail them, so they will know for certain that there is no escape for them. 49. Humans never tire of asking for what he presumes is his own good, but if evil befalls him, then he gives up all hope and loses heart. 50. And assuredly, if we, by our grace, let him taste a mercy from us after a hardship that has visited him, he certainly says, this is but my due, and I can dispose of it as I please. And I do not consider that the last hour will ever come, so that I should be called to account for it. Even if it should come, and I should be brought back to my Lord, I will surely find with him the best, because I judge myself to always be deserving what is the best. Without doubt, we will make those who disbelieve understand all that they do and call them to account, and without doubt, we will make them taste a harsh punishment. 51. When we bestow favors upon human, he retreats and draws aside from his Lord. And when evil befalls him, then he has recourse to long supplications. 52. Say, tell me if it, the Qur'an, is from God, and after knowing that you have disbelieved in it, then who is more astray than the one who is in a wide schism, separating himself from the truth? 53. We will show them our manifest signs, proofs, in the horizons of the universe and within their own selves, until it will become manifest to them that it, the Qur'an, is indeed the truth. Is it not sufficient as a proof that your Lord is a witness over all things, just as he is witnessed to by all things? 54. Beware. They are in willful doubt about the meeting with God because they vainly expect to escape accounting for their deeds and therefore decline to believe in the Qur'an. Beware, he is one who encompasses all things in his knowledge and power.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم عين سين قاف كذلك يوحي إليك وإلى الذين من قبلك الله العزيز الحكيم له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض وهو العلي العظيم تكاد السماوات يتفطرن من فوقهن والملائكة يسبحون بحمد ربهم ويستغفرون لمن في الأرض ألا إن الله هو الغفور الرحيم والذين اتخذوا من دونه أولياء الله حفيظ عليهم وما أنت عليهم بوكيل وكذلك أوحينا إليك قرآنا عربيا لتنذر أم القرى ومن حولها وتنذر يوم الجمع لا ريب فيه فريق في الجنة وفريق في السعير ولو شاء الله جعلهم أمة واحدة ولكن يدخل من يشاء في رحمته والظالمون ما لهم من ولي ولا نصير أم اتخذوا من دونه أولياء فالله هو الولي وهو يحيي الموتى وهو على كل شيء قدير وما اختلفتم فيه من شيء فحكمه إلى الله ذلكم الله ربي عليه توكلت وإليه أنيب.
Surah 42, Ashura, Consultation. In the name of God, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate. 1. Ha-Mim. 2. Ain, Sin, Qaf. 3. Just so he reveals to you as he did to those whom he chose as messengers before you, being as he is God, the all-glorious with irresistible might, the all-wise. 4. His is whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth, and he is the all-exalted, the supreme. 5. The heavens are all but rent asunder from above them because of the majesty of revelation, and the angels glorify their Lord with his praise, and pray for his establishing a way of guidance for those on the earth, and for forgiveness of those who follow it. Beware, surely God is he who is the all-forgiving, the all-compassionate. 6. As for those who take for themselves others besides God, for guardians and confidants, to whom they entrust their affairs, thereby associating partners with him, God is ever watchful over them, preserving a record of their deeds. You are not a guardian over them, responsible for their conduct. 7. And just so as we revealed these truths to the messengers before you, we reveal to you a Qur'an, a recitation in Arabic, so that you may warn the mother city and all those around it, and warn of the day of assembly, about the coming of which there is no doubt. One party will be in paradise, and one party in the blaze. Number 8, if God had so willed, he would surely have made them a single community of the same faith and way of life, but he admits whom he wills into his mercy. As for the wrongdoers, they have neither a guardian to protect them, nor a helper. 9. What? Have they taken for themselves others besides God for guardians and confidants, to whom they entrust their affairs, thereby associating partners with him? Rather, God is he who is the true guardian, and he will revive the dead, and he has full power over everything. 10. Whatever you differ on, the final judgment about it is with God. Such is God, my Lord. In him I put my trust, and to him I turn in devotion.
فاطر السماوات والأرض جعل لكم من أنفسكم أزواجا ومن الأنعام أزواجا يذرأكم فيه ليس كمثله شيء وهو السميع البصير له مقاليد السماوات والأرض يبسط الرزق لمن يشاء ويقدر إنه بكل شيء عليم شرع لكم من الدين ما وصى به نوحا والذي أوحينا إليك وما وصينا به إبراهيم وموسى وعيسى أن أقيموا الدين ولا تتفرقوا فيه كبر على المشركين ما تدعوهم إليه الله يجتبي إليه من يشاء ويهدي إليه من ينيب وما تفرقوا إلا من بعد ما جاءهم العلم بغيا بينهم ولولا كلمة سبقت من ربك إلى أجل مسمى لقضي بينهم وإن الذين أورثوا الكتاب من بعدهم لفي شك منه مريب فلذلك فادع واستقم كما أمرت ولا تتبع أهواءهم وقل آمنت بما أنزل الله من كتاب وأمرت لأعدل بينكم الله ربنا وربكم لنا أعمالنا ولكم أعمالكم لا حجة بيننا وبينكم الله يجمع بيننا وإليه المصير.
"11. The originator of the heavens and the earth, each with particular features and on ordered principles. He has made for you from yourselves mates, and from the cattle mates of their own kind. By this means he multiplies you and the cattle. Nothing whatsoever is there like him. He is the all-hearing, the all-seeing. 12. His are the keys of the treasures of the heavens and the earth. He enlarges provision for whom he wills and straightens it for whom he wills. Surely he has full knowledge of everything. 13. Of the religion that he made for humankind and revealed through his messengers throughout history, he has laid down for you as way of life what he willed to Noah, and that which we revealed to you, and what we willed to Abraham and Moses and Jesus, commanding, establish the religion and do not divide into opposing groups concerning it. What you call people to is hard and distressful for those who associate partners with God. God chooses whom he wills and brings them together in faith and obedience to himself, and he guides to himself whoever turns to him in devotion. 14. And they who follow the previous ways were not divided into opposing groups until after the knowledge came to them of the way they must follow and what that entailed, and only because of envious rivalry and insolence amongst themselves. Had it not been for a decree already issued by your Lord, granting people respite and postponing the final decisive judgment until an appointed term, it would indeed have been judged between them. Surely those who succeeded those opposing groups and inherited the book are in doubting uncertainty about it. 15. So, O messenger, call people to that way of life God has laid down for you. Pursue what is exactly right in every matter as you are commanded by God. Do not follow their lusts and fancies, who follow other ways, including the followers of the previous scriptures, and say, I believe in whatever book of God has sent down, and I am commanded to bring about equity among you, without discrimination according to race, rank by birth, wealth, or power. God is our Lord and your Lord. To us are accounted our deeds, and to you your deeds. Let there be no contention between us and you. God will bring us all together and settle any difference between us and you. To him is the homecoming.
والذين يحاجون في الله من بعد ما استجيب له حجتهم داحضة عند ربهم وعليهم غضب ولهم عذاب شديد. الله الذي أنزل الكتاب بالحق والميزان وما يدريك لعل الساعة قريب يستعجل بها الذين لا يؤمنون بها والذين آمنوا مشفقون منها ويعلمون أنها الحق ألا إن الذين يمارون في الساعة لفي ضلال بعيد. الله لطيف بعباده يرزق من يشاء وهو القوي العزيز. من كان يريد حرث الآخرة نزد له في حرثه ومن كان يريد حرث الدنيا نؤتيه منها وما له في الآخرة من نصيب. أم لهم شركاء شرعوا لهم من الدين ما لم يأذن به الله ولولا كلمة الفصل لقضي بينهم وإن الظالمين لهم عذاب أليم. ترى الظالمين مشفقين مما كسبوا وهو واقع بهم والذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات في روضات الجنات لهم ما يشاءون عند ربهم ذلك هو الفضل الكبير.
16. And as for those who contend about God, defying his lordship or struggling against his religion, after his call has been accepted and his religion recognized as true, their contention is void in their Lord's sight, and his wrath, condemnation is upon them, and for them is a severe punishment. 17. God is he who has brought God is he who has sent down the book with truth and the balance, setting out the truth and what is right in all matters. And for all you know, the last hour may well be near. 18. Those who do not believe in it derisively ask it to be hastened, whereas those who believe hold it in awe and know that it is true and certain to come. Be aware, those who dispute concerning the last hour have indeed gone far astray. 19. God is all gracious to his servants. He grants provision to whom he wills in the manner and degree that he wills. And he is the all-strong, the all-glorious with irresistible might. 20. Whoever desires and strives to gain the harvest of the hereafter, we increase him in his harvest. And whoever desires the harvest of the world, we grant him out of that, and he has no portion in the hereafter. Or do they have partners with God who have prescribed for them in the religion what God has not allowed, and so they judge and act however they wish? Had it not been for a decree already issued by God, postponing the final decisive judgment between people, it would have indeed have been judged between them. Surely for the wrongdoers there is a painful punishment. 22. You will see the wrongdoers who presume to lay down a way of life in the name of religion other than God's, full of fear on account of what they have earned, and it will inevitably befall them. As for those who believe and do good, righteous deeds, they will be in the luxuriant meadows of the gardens. They will have whatever they wish prepared in God's presence. That indeed is the great favor.
ذلك الذي يبشر الله عباده الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات قل لا أسألكم عليه أجرا إلا المودة في القربى ومن يقترف حسنة يزد له فيها حسنا إن الله غفور شكور أم يقولون افترى على الله كذبا فإن يشاء الله يختم على قلبك ويمحو الله الباطل ويحق الحق بكلماته إنه عليم بذات الصدور وهو الذي يقبل التوبة عن عباده ويعفو عن السيئات ويعلم ما تفعلون ويستجيب الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات ويزيدهم من فضله والكافرون لهم عذاب شديد ولو بسط الله الرزق لعباده لبغوا في الأرض ولكن ينزل بقدر ما يشاء إنه بعباده خبير بصير وهو الذي ينزل الغيث من بعد ما قنطوا وينشر رحمته وهو الولي الحميد ومن آياته خلق السماوات والأرض وما بث فيهما من دابة وهو على جمعهم إذا يشاء قدير وما أصابكم من مصيبة فبما كسبت أيديكم ويعفو عن كثير وما أنتم بمعجزين في الأرض وما لكم من دون الله من ولي ولا نصير.
23. That it is of which God gives the glad tidings to his servants who believe and do good righteous deeds. Say, I ask of you no wage for it, for conveying God's religion to you, which will bring you this favor. But I ask of you for love for my near relatives on account of my mission. Whoever scores a good deed, we increase him in good in respect of it. Surely God is all forgiving, all responsive to gratitude. 24. What? Do they say that he The messenger has fabricated a falsehood in attribution to God? If he so wills, he can seal up your heart, so you would not be able to recite to them anything of revelation. But what you convey to them is the revelations from us. And God blots out falsehood and affirms the truth to be true by his decrees. Surely God has full knowledge of what lies hidden in the bosoms. 25. He is the one who accepts repentance from his servants and excuses evil deeds, and he knows all that you do. 26. He responds with acceptance to the worship and supplication of those who believe and do good, righteous deeds, and grants them more out of his bounty than they asked for. However, as to the unbelievers, for them is a severe punishment. 27. If God were always to provide for all of his servants in great abundance, they would certainly have transgressed all bounds on the earth. But he sends it down in due measure as he wills. Surely he is fully aware of his servants and sees them well. 28. He it is who sends down the rain, useful in all ways, to rescue them after they have lost all hope, and spreads out his mercy far and wide to every being. He it is who is the guardian and the all-praiseworthy. 29. Among his manifest signs is the creation of the heavens and the earth, and that he has dispersed in both of them living creatures, and he has full power to gather them together when he wills. 30. Whatever affliction befalls you, it is because of what your hands have earned, and yet he overlooks many of the wrongs you do. You cannot frustrate in the earth God's will. You have, apart from God, neither a guardian to help you, to whom you can entrust your affairs, nor a helper.
أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ومن آياته الجوار في البحر كالأعلام إن يشأ يسكن الريح فيظللن رواكد على ظهره إن في ذلك لآيات لكل صبار شكور أو يوبقهن بما كسبوا ويعفو عن كثير ويعلم الذين يجادلون في آياتنا ما لهم من محيص فما أوتيتم من شيء فمتاع الحياة الدنيا وما عند الله خير وأبقى للذين آمنوا على ربهم يتوكلون والذين يجتنبون كبائر الإثم والفواحش فإذا ما غضبوا هم يغفرون والذين استجابوا لربهم وأقاموا الصلاة وأمرهم شورى بينهم ومما رزقناهم ينفقون والذين إذا أصابهم البغي هم ينتصرون وجزاء سيئة سيئة مثلها فمن عفا وأصلح فأجره على الله إنه لا يحب الظالمين ولمن انتصر بعد ظلمه فأولئك ما عليهم من سبيل إنما السبيل على الذين يظلمون الناس ويبغون في الأرض بغير الحق أولئك لهم عذاب أليم ولمن صبر وغفر إن ذلك لمن عزم الأمور ومن يضلل الله فما له من ولي من بعده وترى الظالمين لما رأوا العذاب يقولون هل إلى مرد من سبيل.
And amongst his manifest signs are the ships running through the sea like floating hills. 33. If he so wills, he calms the wind, and so they lie motionless on its surface. Surely in that are signs for all who are greatly patient and perseverant in adversity for his sake, and greatly thankful for his favors. 34. Or he causes them, the ships, to sink because of what they, the travelers, have earned, and yet he overlooks many of their wrongs. 35. Those who dispute concerning our signs and revelations should know that they have no escape nor any place of refuge. 36. Whatever thing you are granted is but for the passing enjoyment of the present, worldly life. But what God keeps for you in the hereafter is much better and more enduring for those who believe and put their trust in their Lord. 37. Those who avoid the major sins and indecent, shameful deeds, which are indeed to be counted amongst major sins, and when they become angry, even then they forgive rather than retaliate in kind. 38. And those who answer the call of their Lord and obey him in his orders and prohibitions, and establish the prayer in conformity with its conditions, and whose affairs are by consultation amongst themselves, and who spend out of what we provide for them to provide sustenance for the needy and in God's cause. 39. And those who, when an unjust aggression is inflicted on any or all of them, defend themselves and one another to end the aggression. 40. The recompense of an evil deed can only be an evil equal to it. But whoever pardons and makes reconciliation, his reward is due from God. Surely he does not love the wrongdoers. 41. But whoever defends himself and restores his right in the lawful way after he has been wronged, against such there is no root of blame and retaliation. 42. The root of blame and retaliation is only against those who wrong people and behave rebelliously on earth, offending against all right. For such there is a painful punishment. 43. But indeed, whoever shows patience and forgives the wrong done to him, surely that is among meritorious things requiring great resolution to fulfill. 44. Whoever due to his choice God leads astray, he will no longer have any guardian to help and support him. You will see the wrongdoers when they see the punishment, saying, "Is there any way back to the world for us to become righteous people?"
Assalamu alaikum, Brother Ismail. We cannot hear you. Could you turn on the sound and start again, please? Abi sesinizi duyamadık. Sesi açıp tekrar başlayabilir misiniz baştan? Ses gelmiyor hala. Bir tekrar Zoom'a girip çıkabilir misiniz abi? Ali abi bu sayfayı siz okuyabilir misiniz? Bir sayfa İsmail abi girip çıkana kadar. Değerli dinleyenlerimiz, seste bir sorun yaşıyoruz. Karilerimizden İsmail abi inşallah yeniden girip çıkacak. Hemen tekrar başlıyoruz. İsmail abi tekrar geri geldi. I apologize for the inconvenience. We had to restart the Zoom for one of our qaris. We are resuming back to same page. Abi buyurun İsmail abi. İsmail abi ses tekrar gelmedi. Ali abi siz yapın isterseniz İsmail abi yeniden başlasın.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. وتراهم يعرضون عليها خاشعين من الذل ينظرون من طرف خفي وقال الذين آمنوا إن الخاسرين الذين خسروا أنفسهم وأهليهم يوم القيامة ألا إن الظالمين في عذاب مقيم وما كان لهم من أولياء ينصرونهم من دون الله ومن يضلل الله فما له من سبيل استجيبوا لربكم من قبل أن يأتي يوم لا مرد له من الله ما لكم من ملجأ يومئذ وما لكم من نكير فإن أعرضوا فما أرسلناك عليهم حفيظا إن عليك إلا البلاغ وإنا إذا أذقنا الإنسان منا رحمة فرح بها وإن تصبهم سيئة بما قدمت أيديهم فإن الإنسان كفور لله ملك السماوات والأرض يخلق ما يشاء يهب لمن يشاء إناثا ويهب لمن يشاء الذكور أو يزوجهم ذكرانا وإناثا ويجعل من يشاء أقيما إنه عليم قدير وما كان لبشر أن يكلمه الله إلا وحيا أو من وراء حجاب أو يرسل رسولا فيوحي بإذنه ما يشاء إنه علي حكيم.
45. You will see them brought before it, hell, in fear and humbled by disgrace, and looking around with furtive looks. And those who believe will say, those are the real losers, who have ruined their own selves and their families on the resurrection day. Be aware, the wrongdoers are in an enduring punishment. 46. And they will surely have no guardians to help them apart from God. Only He is the guardian, with power to help His servants as He wills. Whoever God leads astray, He can no longer have a way to guidance and eternal happiness. 47. Answer the call of your Lord before there comes to you a day which God will not remove from them, and none can prevent Him from bringing it. You will have no refuge on that day, nor power of denial of any of your sins or of your identity. But do not grieve if they turn away in aversion from your call, O messenger. We have not sent you as a messenger so as to be their keeper, to prevent their misdeeds or carry accountability for them. What rests with you is but to convey God's message fully. Indeed, when we favor humans with a taste of mercy, He rejoices in it, without ever thinking to express gratitude to Him who favored him. But if an evil befalls them because of what their hands have forwarded, surely then the human is ungrateful. 49. To God belongs the sovereignty of the heavens and the earth. He creates whatever He wills. He grants to whom He wills daughters and grants to whom He wills sons. 50. Or He mingles them, both sons and daughters, granted to whom He wills, and He leaves barren whom He wills. Surely He is all-knowing, all-powerful. 51. It is not for any mortal that God should speak to him unless it be by revelation or from behind a veil or by sending a messenger, an angel, to reveal by his leave whatever he wills to reveal. Surely he is all exalted, all wise.
وكذلك أوحينا إليك روحا من أمرنا ما كنت تدري ما الكتاب ولا الإيمان ولكن جعلناه نورا نهدي به من نشاء من عبادنا وإنك لتهدي إلى صراط مستقيم صراط الله الذي له ما في السماوات وما في الأرض ألا إلى الله تصير الأمور بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم والكتاب المبين إنا جعلناه قرآنا عربيا لعلكم تعقلون وإنه في أم الكتاب لدينا لعلي حكيم أفنضرب عنكم الذكر صفحا أن كنتم قوما مسرفين وكم أرسلنا من نبي في الأولين وما يأتيهم من نبي إلا كانوا به يستهزئون فأهلكنا أشد منهم بطشا ومضى مثل الأولين ولئن سألتهم من خلق السماوات والأرض ليقولن خلقهن العزيز العليم الذي جعل لكم الأرض مهدا وجعل لكم فيها سبلا لعلكم تهتدون.
52. And thus in the ways mentioned, we have revealed to you a spirit of our command, the life-giving message, the Qur'an. You would not otherwise have known what the book was with all the knowledge it contains and the way of life it establishes, and what faith was as described by the book, and with all its principles, requirements, and implications. But we have made it a light by which we guide whom we will of our servants. And certainly you, by God's guidance, guide people to a straight path. 53. The path of God, to whom belongs whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. Be aware, all affairs are ultimately referred to God. Surah 43, Az-Zukhruf, ornaments. In the name of God, the all-merciful, the all-compassionate. 1. Hamim. 2. By the book clear in itself and clearly showing the truth. 3. We have made it a recitation, a Qur'an in Arabic, so that you may reason and understand it and the wisdom in its revelation. 4. Surely it is the mother book with us, exalted, firm, and decisive. 5. Shall we take away this reminder from you and leave you to your own devices, because you are a people wasteful of your God-given faculties and committing excesses? 6. How many a prophet have we sent to convey our message among the former peoples? 7. And there never came to a prophet, but they mocked him. 8. So we destroyed peoples mightier than these in prowess, and the illustrative accounts of those destroyed peoples have already been related. 9. If you ask them who has created the heavens and the earth, they most certainly say in answer, the one all-glorious, with irresistible might, the all-knowing has created them. 10. He who has made the earth a cradle for you and has set on it roads for you so that you may find your way.
والذي نزل من السماء ماء بقدر فأنشرنا به بلدة ميتا كذلك تخرجون والذي خلق الأزواج كلها وجعل لكم من الفلك والأنعام ما تركبون لتستووا على ظهوره ثم تذكروا نعمة ربكم إذا استويتم عليه وتقولوا سبحان الذي سخر لنا هذا وما كنا له مقرنين فإنا إلى ربنا لمنقلبون فجعلوا له من عباده جزءا إن الإنسان لكفور مبين أم اتخذ مما يخلق بنات وأصفاكم بالبنين فإذا بشر أحدهم بما ضرب للرحمن مثلا ظل وجهه مسودا وهو كظيم أومن ينشأ في الحلية وهو في الخصام غير مبين فجعلوا الملائكة الذين هم عباد الرحمن إناثا أشهدوا خلقهم ستكتب شهادتهم ويسألون وقالوا لو شاء الرحمن ما عبدناهم ما لهم بذلك من علم إن هم إلا يخرصون أم آتيناهم كتابا من قبله فهم به مستمسكون بل قالوا إنا وجدنا آباءنا على أمة وإنا على آثارهم مهتدون.
"11. And who sends down water from the sky in measure, and we raise a dead land to life with it. Even so will you be raised from the dead and brought forth from your graves. 12. And who has created all the pairs of all things, and has enabled for you ships and cattle on which you ride. 13. So that you sit secure on their backs, and then remember and reflect on the favors of your Lord when you settle securely on them, and say, all glorified is he who has subjugated this to our use. We were never capable of accomplishing this by ourselves. 14. And surely to our Lord we are indeed bound to return. 15. Yet they attribute to him fatherhood of some amongst his servants. The human is indeed ungrateful, obviously. 16. What? Has he taken to himself daughters out of all that he creates and honored you with sons? 17. When any of them is given the news of the birth of what he accepts as appropriate from the All-Merciful, his face darkens, choking with anger. 18. What? Am I to have a daughter, one who is brought up in adornments and unable to be clear in disputation? 19. And yet they have judged the angels, who are themselves the servants of the All-Merciful, to be females, whom they judge to be of little value, and yet regard as his daughters. Did they witness their creation? This testimony of theirs will be recorded, and they will be called to account for this falsehood in the hereafter. 20. They also say, if the All-Merciful had so willed, we would not have worshipped them, our deities, including angels. They have no knowledge whatever of that, the relationship of divine will and human will and actions. Indeed, they only judge and speak according to their own fancies and interests. 21. Or did we give them a book before this, Qur'an, and so they are holding fast to it and worshiping their false deities by its authority? 22. Not at all. Indeed, their only argument is that they say, we have found our forefathers following a certain religion, and we are led in their footsteps.
وكذلك ما أرسلنا من قبلك في قرية من نذير إلا قال مترفوها إنا وجدنا آباءنا على أمة وإنا على آثارهم مقتدون قال أولو جئتكم بأهدى مما وجدتم عليه آباءكم قالوا إنا بما أرسلتم به كافرون فانتقمنا منهم فانظر كيف كان عاقبة المكذبين فإذ قال إبراهيم لأبيه وقومه إنني براء مما تعبدون إلا الذي فطرني فإنه سيهدين وجعلها كلمة باقية في عقبه لعلهم يرجعون بل متعت هؤلاء وآباءهم حتى جاءهم الحق ورسول مبين ولما جاءهم الحق قالوا هذا سحر وإنا به كافرون وقالوا لولا نزل هذا القرآن على رجل من القريتين عظيم أهم يقسمون رحمة ربك نحن قسمنا بينهم معيشتهم في الحياة الدنيا ورفعنا بعضهم فوق بعض درجات ليتخذ بعضهم بعضا سخريا ورحمة ربك خير مما يجمعون ولولا أن يكون الناس أمة واحدة لجعلنا لمن يكفر بالرحمن لبيوتهم سقفا من فضة ومعارج عليها يظهرون.
23. In just that way, we never sent a warner to a township before you, but those of its people who had been lost in the pursuits of pleasures without scruples reacted, saying, we have found our forefathers following a religion, and we certainly follow in their footsteps. 24. He who was sent to warn them said, what? Even though I have come to you with better guidance than what you have found your forefathers following? They said, surely we are unbelievers in that with which you have been sent. 25. So then we took out our retribution on them. So look, what was the outcome for those who denied God's messengers? 26. And remember when Abraham, who rejected following the way of his forefathers blindly, said to his father and his people, I am indeed free of all that you worship. 27. I worship only him who has originated me with a unique individuality, and he will guide me to the truth and eternal happiness. 28. And he left it as a word to endure among those who would come after him, so that they may return from worshiping false deities to the worship of one God. 29. Indeed, I have allowed these people of Mecca, as I had allowed their forefathers, to enjoy their lives until when the truth and a messenger came to them, making the truth clear and embodying it in every element of his life and character. 30. But now the truth has come to them. They say, this is sorcery, and we are unbelievers in it. 31. They also say, if only this Qur'an had been sent down on a man of leading position of the two chief cities. 32. Is it they who distribute the mercy of your Lord, so that they may appoint whom they wish as messenger to receive the book? Moreover, how do they presume to value some above others only because of their wealth or status, when it is also we who distribute their means of livelihood among them in the life of this world, and raise some of them above others in degree, so that they may avail themselves of one another's help. But your Lord's mercy, in particular prophethood, is better than what they amass in this life. 33. And were it not that all people would become one community around unbelief, we might well have provided for everyone who disbelieves in the all-merciful roofs of silver for their houses and silver stairways on which to go up.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم ولبيوتهم أبوابا وسررا عليها يتكئون وزخرفا وإن كل ذلك لما متاع الحياة الدنيا والآخرة عند ربك للمتقين ومن يعش عن ذكر الرحمن نقيض له شيطانا فهو له قرين وإنهم ليصدونهم عن السبيل ويحسبون أنهم مهتدون حتى إذا جاءنا قال يا ليت بيني وبينك بعد المشرقين فبئس القرين ولن ينفعكم اليوم إذ ظلمتم أنكم في العذاب مشتركون أفأنت تسمع الصم أم تهدي العمي ومن كان في ضلال مبين فإما نذهبن بك فإنا منهم منتقمون أو نرينك الذي وعدناهم فإنا عليهم مقتدرون فاستمسك بالذي أوحي إليك إنك على صراط مستقيم وإنه لذكر لك ولقومك وسوف تسألون واسأل من أرسلنا من قبلك من رسلنا أجعلنا من دون الرحمن آلهة يعبدون ولقد أرسلنا موسى بآياتنا إلى فرعون وملئه فقال إني رسول رب العالمين فلما جاءهم بآياتنا إذا هم منها يضحكون.
34. And silver doors for their houses, and silver couches on which to recline. 35. And also ornaments of gold and other jewelry. Yet all this is nothing but a fleeting enjoyment of the present worldly life, and the hereafter with your Lord is only for the God-revering, pious. 36. Whoever willfully ignores the remembrance of the All-Merciful, and lives as if he did not exist always watching him, we assign to him a devil, who becomes his closest comrade. 37. Such devils certainly bar them from the way of truth, yet they think in themselves that they are rightly guided. 38. But in the end, when such a one comes to us on Judgment Day, he says to his comrade, "Oh, would that between me and you were the distance of the two east. How evil a comrade." 39. It is of no avail to you at all today, this remorse after death, for you did wrong in the world, and you will suffer the punishment together. 40. Although this is the truth and clear to you, O Messenger, can you make the deaf hear or guide the blind and him who is lost in obvious error? 41. And whether we take you away from among them, and then we take retribution on them. 42. Or we let you see in your lifetime the fulfillment of what we have promised them. Either way, we have full power over them. 43. So hold fast to what is revealed to you. Surely you are on a straight path in all matters. 44. Indeed, the Qur'an is a reminder for you and for your people, in which lie your honor and happiness in both worlds. And you, all people, will be questioned about how it was understood and how lived. 45. And ask their true followers about those of our messengers whom we sent before you. Did we ever enable deities to be worshipped apart from the All-Merciful? 46. Assuredly, we sent Moses to the Pharaoh and his chiefs with our clear signs, miracles demonstrating our being the sole deity and Lord to be worshipped. And he said, I am a messenger of the Lord of the worlds. 47. But when he came to them with our clear signs, miracles, they then ridiculed them.
وما نريهم من آية إلا هي أكبر من أختها وأخذناهم بالعذاب لعلهم يرجعون وقالوا يا أيها الساحر ادع لنا ربك بما عهد عندك إننا لمهتدون فلما كشفنا عنهم العذاب إذا هم ينكثون ونادى فرعون في قومه قال يا قوم أليس لي ملك مصر وهذه الأنهار تجري من تحتي أفلا تبصرون أم أنا خير من هذا الذي هو مهين ولا يكاد يبين فلولا ألقي عليه أسورة من ذهب أو جاء معه الملائكة مقترنين فاستخف قومه فأطاعوه إنهم كانوا قوما فاسقين فلما آسفونا انتقمنا منهم فأغرقناهم أجمعين فجعلناهم سلفا ومثلا للآخرين ولما ضرب ابن مريم مثلا إذا قومك منه يصدون وقالوا أآلهتنا خير أم هو ما ضربوه لك إلا جدلا بل هم قوم خصمون إن هو إلا عبد أنعمنا عليه وجعلناه مثلا لبني إسرائيل ولو نشاء لجعلنا منكم ملائكة في الأرض يخلفون.
We displayed to them sign after sign, each greater than the other, and we seized them with the diverse forms of punishment, so that they might turn back from the way they followed. 49. Whenever we seized them with a punishment, they would say to Moses, O sorcerer, pray for us to your Lord by the covenant he has made with you, that he will remove affliction from us if we believe, for we will surely accept the right guidance. 50. But when we removed the punishment from them, they broke their promise. The Pharaoh made this proclamation among his people. O my people, does not the dominion of Egypt belong to me, as well as the rivers flowing beneath me? Will you not see the truth? 52. And am I not better than this man who is despicable and can scarcely express himself clearly? 53. If he is true in his claim, why are bracelets of gold not dropped upon him from the sky, or why do there not come with him angels to support him in his cause? 54. Thus did he make fools of his people and demean them, and they obeyed him. Assuredly, they were a people given to transgression. 55. So finally, when they incurred our condemnation, we took retribution on them, and we caused them to drown altogether. 56. So we made them a thing of the past, and a precedent in entering the fire, an example to later generations. 57. When the Son of Mary, Jesus, has been presented as an example of God's power and oneness, and to refute his being deified by many Christians, your people turn from it in disdain. 53. And then they say, are our deities better, or is he? They put it to you only for disputation. Indeed, they are a people addicted to contentiousness. 59. Surely he, Jesus, was not other than a servant worshiping God, whom we favored with messengership, and we made him a miraculous example for the children of Israel to follow and mend their ways. 60. If we had so willed, we could have made some from among you angels, succeeding each other on the earth.
وإنه لعلم للساعة فلا تمترن بها واتبعون هذا صراط مستقيم ولا يصدنكم الشيطان إنه لكم عدو مبين ولما جاء عيسى بالبينات قال قد جئتكم بالحكمة ولأبين لكم بعض الذي تختلفون فيه فاتقوا الله وأطيعون إن الله هو ربي وربكم فاعبدوه هذا صراط مستقيم فاختلف الأحزاب من بينهم فويل للذين ظلموا من عذاب يوم أليم هل ينظرون إلا الساعة أن تأتيهم بغتة وهم لا يشعرون الأخلاء يومئذ بعضهم لبعض عدو إلا المتقين يا عباد لا خوف عليكم اليوم ولا أنتم تحزنون الذين آمنوا بآياتنا وكانوا مسلمين ادخلوا الجنة أنتم وأزواجكم تحبرون يطاف عليهم بصحاف من ذهب وأكواب وفيها ما تشتهيه الأنفس وتلذ الأعين وأنتم فيها خالدون وتلك الجنة التي أورثتموها بما كنتم تعملون لكم فيها فاكهة كثيرة منها تأكلون.
61. Surely he, Jesus, brought into the world without a father, and granted such miracles as reviving the dead, is a means to the knowledge of the last hour. So do not feel any doubt concerning it, and follow me to attain eternal happiness in the other life. This is a straight path. 62. And never let Satan debar you from the straight path. Surely he is a manifest enemy. 63. When Jesus came with manifest truths and miracles, he said, I have come to you with the wisdom, the truths and essentials of faith and good life, and so that I may make clear to you some of what you differ on matters that require clarification for your good in both worlds. So keep from disobedience to God in reverence for him and piety, and obey me. 64. Surely God is he who is my Lord as well as your Lord, so worship him alone. This is a straight path. 65. However, parties that arose and held differing views concerning him and his teachings fell into disagreement among themselves. Then woe to those who do the greatest wrong by corrupting his teachings because of the punishment of a painful day. 66. Do they who persist in unbelief and evil deeds wait but for the last hour, waiting that it should come upon them all of a sudden, being unaware and indifferent toward it? 67. Those who are intimate friends in the world will be enemies one to another on that day, except the God-revering pious. They will hear. 68. O my servants, you will have no fear today, nor will you grieve. 69. You who have believed in my signs and revelations and have submitted to me wholly as Muslims. 70. Enter paradise, you and your believing spouses made contented. 71. Trays of gold and goblets will be passed around them, and there will be therein all that souls desire and eyes delight in, and you will abide therein. 72. That is the paradise which is made your inheritance in return for what you used to do in the world. 73. In it there is for you fruit of all kinds in abundance to eat therefrom.
إن المجرمين في عذاب جهنم خالدون لا يفتر عنهم وهم فيه مبلسون وما ظلمناهم ولكن كانوا هم الظالمين ونادوا يا مالك ليقض علينا ربك قال إنكم ماكثون لقد جئناكم بالحق ولكن أكثركم للحق كارهون أم أبرموا أمرا فإنا مبرمون أم يحسبون أنا لا نسمع سرهم ونجواهم بلى ورسلنا لديهم يكتبون قل إن كان للرحمن ولد فأنا أول العابدين سبحان رب السماوات والأرض رب العرش عما يصفون فذرهم يخوضوا ويلعبوا حتى يلاقوا يومهم الذي يوعدون وهو الذي في السماء إله وفي الأرض إله وهو الحكيم العليم وتبارك الذي له ملك السماوات والأرض وما بينهما وعنده علم الساعة وإليه ترجعون ولا يملك الذين يدعون من دونه الشفاعة إلا من شهد بالحق وهم يعلمون ولئن سألهم من خلق ليقولن الله أنى يؤفكون وقيله يا رب إن هؤلاء قوم لا يؤمنون فاصفح عنهم وقل سلام فسوف يعلمون.
Surah Ad-Dukhan, the smoke. 1. Hameen. 2. By the book, clear in itself and clearly showing the truth. 3. We sent it down on a night full of blessings. Surely we have ever been warning humankind since their creation. In that night, every affair is identified and made distinct for wise purposes. 5. As a command issued from our presence, surely we have ever been sending messengers from among the
Brother
angels.
Radwan, I think you need to start from 74. Did you read verse 74 from page 494? Did you miss it?
Page 494.
Yes. Did you read it? I think you didn't read it.
I don't. I can read from here. Yes.
Yeah, please.
74. But the disbelieving criminals will abide in the punishment of hell. 75. It will not be abated for them, and therein they are in despair of any mercy and hope of escape. 76. We have not wronged them, but they are the wrongdoers who ever wronged themselves. 77. They will call out to the chief keeper of hell, O Malik, let your Lord make an end of us. He says, you are bound to remain therein. 78. We have brought you the truth, assuredly, but most of you are averse to the truth. 79. Or are they settling on some plan against you, O Messenger? But we have already settled a plan against them. 80. Or do they think that we do not hear their secrets, that they whisper only to themselves and their private counsels? Indeed we do, and our messengers, angels, are by them, recording. 81. Say, if the All-Merciful had a child, I would be the first to worship. 82. All glorified is the Lord of the heavens and the earth, the Lord of the supreme throne, exalted above all that they attribute to him in ignorance and falsehood. 83. So leave them plunging about in play and amusement until the day which they have been promised. 84. And he it is who is God in the heaven, exclusively deserving of worship, and God on the earth, exclusively deserving of worship. He is the all-wise, the all-knowing. 85. Blessed and supreme is he to whom belongs the sovereignty of the heavens and the earth, and all that is between them. And with him is the knowledge of the last hour, and to him you are on the way to return. 86. Those whom they deify and then invoke apart from God have no power and permission to intercede with God in either world. Only those who bear witness to the truth of God's absolute oneness in divinity, lordship, and sovereignty, and who have knowledge of the truth will have it. 87. If you ask them who has created them, they will certainly say God. How then are they turned away from the truth to make false claims? 88. God certainly hears his messenger when he says, O my Lord, surely those are a people who do not believe. Yet forbear and pardon them, and when you go out your way, say, peace be upon you. In time they will come to know.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم والكتاب المبين إنا أنزلناه في ليلة مباركة إنا كنا منذرين فيها يفرق كل أمر حكيم أمرا من عندنا إنا كنا مرسلين رحمة من ربك إنه هو السميع العليم رب السماوات والأرض وما بينهما إن كنتم موقنين لا إله إلا هو يحيي ويميت ربكم ورب آبائكم الأولين بل هم في شك يلعبون فارتقب يوم تأتي السماء بدخان مبين يغشى الناس هذا عذاب أليم ربنا اكشف عنا العذاب إنا مؤمنون أنى لهم الذكرى وقد جاءهم رسول مبين ثم تولوا عنه وقالوا معلم مجنون إنا كاشف العذاب قليلا إنكم عائدون يوم نبطش البطشة الكبرى إنا منتقمون ولقد فتنا قبلهم قوم فرعون وجاءهم رسول كريم أن أدوا إلي عباد الله إني لكم رسول أمين.
Surat Ad-Dukhan, the smoke. In the name of God, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate. 1. Hamim. By the book clear in itself and clearly showing the truth. 3. We sent it down on a night full of blessings. Surely we have ever been warning humankind since their creation. 4. In that night, every affair is identified and made distinct for wise purposes. 5. As a command issued from our presence, surely we have ever been sending messengers from among the angels and human beings to convey our decrees and guides. 6. As a mercy from your Lord, surely he is the all-hearing, all-knowing. 7. The Lord of the heavens and the earth and all that is between them, if you would but seek certainty about the messenger and the book he brings. 8. There is no deity but he, giving life and causing to die, your Lord and the Lord of your forefathers. 9. Yet they do not desire lost in the 11, which will engulf the people, causing them to exclaim, this is a painful punishment. 12. Our Lord, remove this punishment from us, for now we are true believers. 13. How is a reminder possible for them, such that their profession of faith could be true, seeing that there has come to them a messenger, making the truth clear and embodying it in every element of his life and character? 14. But they turn away from him and say of him, one taught by others and possessed. 15. We will hold back the punishment for a little while, but you will turn back to your former ways of unbelief, whose outcome is a punishment everlasting. 16. On the day when we will seize with the mightiest grasp, we will indeed take retribution. 17. Before them, assuredly, we tried to the people of the Pharaoh, when there came to them a noble messenger. 18. Saying, deliver to me the servants of God. I am a trustworthy messenger sent to you by God.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم وألا تعلوا على الله إني آتيكم بسلطان مبين وإني عذت بربي وربكم أن ترجمون وإن لم تؤمنوا لي فاعتزلون فدعا ربه أن هؤلاء قوم مجرمون فأسر بعبادي ليلا إنكم متبعون واترك البحر رهوا إنهم جند مغرقون كم تركوا من جنات وعيون وزروع ومقام كريم ونعمة كانوا فيها فاكهين كذلك وأورثناها قوما آخرين فما بكت عليهم السماء والأرض وما كانوا منظرين ولقد نجينا بني إسرائيل من العذاب المهين من فرعون إنه كان عاليا من المسرفين ولقد اخترناهم على علم على العالمين وآتيناهم من الآيات ما فيه بلاء مبين إن هؤلاء ليقولون إن هي إلا موتتنا الأولى وما نحن بمنشرين فأتوا بآبائنا إن كنتم صادقين أهم خير أم قوم تبع والذين من قبلهم أهلكناهم إنهم كانوا مجرمين وما خلقنا السماوات والأرض وما بينهما لاعبين ما خلقناهما إلا بالحق ولكن أكثرهم لا يعلمون.
19. And do not exalt yourself in proud defiance against God by disobeying his order and so rejecting my messengership. Surely I have come to you with an evident authority. 20. I have sought refuge in my Lord, who is surely also your Lord, from stoning me to death. 21. If you will not believe in me, then keep away from me. Let me go. 22. Then he called upon his Lord. These are indeed a guilty people committed to accumulating sins. 23. Then his Lord commanded him, set forth with my servants by night. You are sure to be pursued. 24. And now leave the sea in quiet as it was when it divided for you, for they are a host destined to be drowned. 25. How many were the gardens and springs that they left behind? 26. And cornfields and excellent dwellings, and elevated, honored situations. 27. And other comforts of life in which they used to take delight. 28. Just so, and we made another people heirs to the bounties they enjoyed. 29. And neither the heaven nor the earth shed tears over them, nor were they given a respite when the punishment became due on them. 30. And indeed we delivered the children of Israel from the humiliating persecutions. 31. Of the Pharaoh, he was indeed a haughty tyrant committing excesses. 32. And with knowledge deliberately and for a purpose known to us, we chose them, the children of Israel, over all other peoples in their time. 33. And as a favor, we granted them many signs, miracles, in which there was a manifest trial. 34. Yet these Meccan polytheist people say with emphasis, 35, there is nothing beyond our first death, and we will not be raised again. 36. If you are truthful in claiming that the dead will be raised to a new life, then bring back our forefathers. 37. What, are they better in wealth and power? Or were the people of Tubba and the others that we destroyed before them? We destroyed them, for they were disbelieving criminals committed to accumulating sins. 38. We have not created the heavens and the earth and all that is between them in play and fun. 39. We have created them only with truth for meaningful purposes and on solid foundations of truth, but most people do not know.
إن يوم الفصل ميقاتهم أجمعين يوم لا يغني مولى عن مولى شيئا ولا هم ينصرون إلا من رحم الله إنه هو العزيز الرحيم إن شجرة الزقوم طعام الأثيم كالمهل يغلي في البطون كغلي الحميم خذوه فاعتلوه إلى سواء الجحيم ثم صبوا فوق رأسه من عذاب الحميم ذق إنك أنت العزيز الكريم إن هذا ما كنتم به تمترون إن المتقين في مقام أمين في جنات وعيون يلبسون من سندس واستبرق متقابلين كذلك وزوجناهم بحور عين يدعون فيها بكل فاكهة آمنين لا يذوقون فيها الموت إلا الموتة الأولى ووقاهم عذاب الجحيم فضلا من ربك ذلك هو الفوز العظيم فإنما يسرناه بلسانك لعلهم يتذكرون فارتقب إنهم مرتقبون.
40. Surely the day of judgment and distinction between truth and falsehood and the righteous and the sinful is the time appointed for them all. 41. The day when no guardian will be of any avail to one supported and protected, and none will be helped. 42. Save those on whom God will have mercy. Surely he is the all-glorious with irresistible might, whose punishment no one can escape, the all-compassionate, especially toward his believing servants. 43. Here is the tree of Zaqqum. 44. The food of him addicted to sinning. 45. It is like molten brass, it will boil in their bellies. 46. Like the boiling of hot water. 47. O angels of hell, take him, the sinful one, and drag him into the midst of the blazing flame. 48. Then pour over his head boiling water as punishment. 49. Taste. Only in your own judgment were you mighty, honorable, and noble. 50. And this is what you are suffering now, is that which you used to doubt. 51. As against this, surely the God-revering pious ones will be in a position absolutely secure from any evil. 52. Amid gardens and springs of paradise. 53. Dressed in fine silk and silk brocade, seated face to face. 54. Just so it will be, and we will assign for them maidens pure, most beautiful of eye. 55. There they call for every kind of fruit in security from any harm. 56. They will not taste death therein, except the first death of leaving the world, and he has preserved them from the punishment of the blazing flame. 57. As a grace from your Lord, that is the supreme triumph. 58. So, to enable you for that triumph, we have made this Qur'an easy to understand by revealing it in your tongue, so that they may remember and be mindful and order their lives according to it. 59. Then wait, O Messenger, and watch how they react and how they fare. They too are waiting to see how your mission will fare.
بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم حميم تنزيل الكتاب من الله العزيز الحكيم إن في السماوات والأرض لآيات للمؤمنين وفي خلقكم وما يبث من دابة آيات لقوم يوقنون واختلاف الليل والنهار وما أنزل الله من السماء من رزق فأحيا به الأرض بعد موتها وتصريف الرياح آيات لقوم يعقلون تلك آيات الله نتلوها عليك بالحق فبأي حديث بعد الله وآياته يؤمنون ويل لكل أفاك أثيم يسمع آيات الله تتلى عليه ثم يصر مستكبرا كأن لم يسمعها فبشره بعذاب أليم وإذا علم من آياتنا شيئا اتخذها هزوا أولئك لهم عذاب مهين من ورائهم جهنم ولا يغني عنهم ما كسبوا شيئا ولا ما اتخذوا من دون الله أولياء ولهم عذاب عظيم هذا هدى والذين كفروا بآيات ربهم لهم عذاب من رجز أليم الله الذي سخر لكم البحر لتجري الفلك فيه بأمره ولتبتغوا من فضله ولعلكم تشكرون وسخر لكم ما في السماوات وما في الأرض جميعا منه إن في ذلك لآيات لقوم يتفكرون.
Surah 45, Al-Jathiyah, kneeling down. In the name of God, the All-Merciful, the All-Compassionate. Hamim. 2. This is the book being sent down in parts from God, the All-Glorious with irresistible might, the All-Wise. 3. In the heavens and on the earth there are indeed clear signs for the believers, pointing to God's existence, oneness, and lordship. 4. And in your creation and his scattering innumerable kinds of living creatures through the earth, there are clear signs for a people who seek certainty of faith in his existence, oneness, and lordship. 5. And in the alternation of night and day, with their periods shortening and lengthening, and in the provision, the rain, God sends down from the sky, and reviving thereby the earth after its death, and in his turning about of the winds, in all this there are clear signs for a people who are able to reason and understand. 6. Those are the revelations of God that we recite to you through Gabriel with truth. In what other statement, if not in God and his revelations, will they then believe? 7. Woe to everyone addicted to inventing falsehoods, addicted to sinning. 8. He hears God's revelations recited to him, and yet he persists in unbelief haughtily as if he had not heard them. So give him the glad tidings of a painful punishment. 9. When he has come to some knowledge of our signs, whether in the universe or in the Qur'an, he takes them in mockery. For such there is a humiliating punishment. 10. In front of them there is hell, and all that they have earned of this world will be of no avail whatever to them. And nor will those whom, apart from God and in defiance of him, they have taken as guardians to entrust their affairs to. For them there is a mighty punishment. 11. This Qur'an is the guidance, and for those who disbelieve in the signs and revelations of their Lord, there is a painful punishment of a loathsome kind, brought on by their loathsome deeds. 12. God it is who has made the sea to be of service to you by making it subservient to his command, so that the ships may run through it by his command, and that you may seek of his bounty, and that in return you may give thanks. 13. He is also made of service to you, whatever is in the heavens and whatever is on the earth. All is from him, a gift of his grace. Surely in this there are clear signs for a people who reflect.
قل للذين آمنوا يغفروا للذين لا يرجون أيام الله ليجزي قوما بما كانوا يكسبون من عمل صالحا فلنفسه ومن أساء فعليها ثم إلى ربكم ترجعون ولقد آتينا بني إسرائيل الكتاب والحكم والنبوة ورزقناهم من الطيبات وفضلناهم على العالمين وآتيناهم بينات من الأمر فما اختلفوا إلا من بعد ما جاءهم العلم بغيا بينهم إن ربك يقضي بينهم يوم القيامة فيما كانوا فيه يختلفون ثم جعلناك على شريعة من الأمر فاتبعها ولا تتبع أهواء الذين لا يعلمون إنهم لن يغنوا عنك من الله شيئا وإن الظالمين بعضهم أولياء بعض والله ولي المتقين هذا بصائر للناس وهدى ورحمة لقوم يوقنون أم حسب الذين اجترحوا السيئات أن نجعلهم كالذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات سواء محياهم ومماتهم ساء ما يحكمون وخلق الله السماوات والأرض بالحق ولتجزى كل نفس بما كسبت وهم لا يظلمون.
14. Tell those who believe that they should pardon those who do not hope for the coming of the days of God, when he will make them understand what their unbelief means, seeing that he will recompense people for what they have earned. 15. Whoever does a good, righteous deed, it is for the good of his own soul, and whoever does evil, it is against it. Thereafter, in all events, it is to your Lord that you will be brought back. 16. We did for sure grant to the children of Israel the book, and the authority to judge by the book, and prophethood. And we provided them with pure, wholesome things, and exalted them above all other peoples of their time. 17. And we granted them clear proofs concerning the affairs and commands of the religion. And it was only after all this knowledge came to them that they differed through envious rivalry and insolence among themselves. Surely your Lord will judge among them on the day of resurrection concerning that on which they used to differ. 18. Thereafter, in this conclusive revelation, we have set you on a way of life, Sharia, based on the religion. So follow it and do not follow the lusts and fancies of those who do not know the divine guidance. 19. They surely cannot be of any avail to you as against God. And surely the wrongdoers, who out of their lusts and fancies follow ways other than that on which God has set you, are guardians of one another. Whereas God is the guardian of the God-revering, the pious. 20. This Qur'an, which teaches the way of life God has prescribed, is perception and insight into the truth for humankind, and guidance and mercy for people who seek certainty of faith. 21. What? Do those who commit evil deeds think that we hold them equal with those who believe and do good, righteous deeds? Equal in respect of their life and their death? How evil is their judgment. 22. God has created the heavens and the earth in truth for meaningful purpose on solid foundations of truth and embodying it, and so that every soul may be recompensed for what it has earned in this world, and they will not be wronged.
أفرأيت من اتخذ إلهه هواه وأضله الله على علم وختم على سمعه وقلبه وجعل على بصره غشاوة فمن يهديه من بعد الله أفلا تذكرون وقالوا ما هي إلا حياتنا الدنيا نموت ونحيا وما يهلكنا إلا الدهر وما لهم بذلك من علم إن هم إلا يظنون وإذا تتلى عليهم آياتنا بينات ما كان حجتهم إلا أن قالوا ائتوا بآبائنا إن كنتم صادقين قل الله يحييكم ثم يميتكم ثم يجمعكم إلى يوم القيامة لا ريب فيه ولكن أكثر الناس لا يعلمون ولله ملك السماوات والأرض ويوم تقوم الساعة يومئذ يخسر المبطلون وترى كل أمة جاثية كل أمة تدعى إلى كتابها اليوم تجزون ما كنتم تعملون هذا كتابنا ينطق عليكم بالحق إنا كنا نستنسخ ما كنتم تعملون فأما الذين آمنوا وعملوا الصالحات فيدخلهم ربهم في رحمته ذلك هو الفوز المبين وأما الذين كفروا أفلم تكن آياتي تتلى عليكم فاستكبرتم وكنتم قوما مجرمين وإذا قيل إن وعد الله حق والساعة لا ريب فيها قلتم ما ندري ما الساعة إن نظن إلا ظنا وما نحن بمستيقنين صدق الله العظيم.
23. Do you ever consider him who has taken his lusts and fancies for his deity, and whom God has consequently led astray, though he has knowledge of guidance and straying, and sealed his hearing and his heart, and put a cover on his sight? Who then can guide him after God has led him astray? Will you not then reflect and be mindful? 24. And they say, there is nothing but only our life in this world. Some of us die while others continue to live, and nothing causes us to perish but time, the processes of decline and decay. But they have no sure and true knowledge about this, the real nature and meaning of life and death and the life after it. They merely follow their conjectures. When our revelations, clear as evidence and in meeting, are recited and conveyed to them, they have no argument except to say, bring back our forefathers if you are truthful in your claim. 26. Say, God gives you life and then causes you to die, and then he will gather you together for the day of resurrection, about the coming of which there is no doubt. But most people do not know, being content with narrow conjectures and ignorant suppositions. 27. To God belongs the sovereignty of the heavens and the earth. On the day when the last hour stands forth and the judgment is established, on that day those who invented and followed falsehood will be ruined and lost. 28. And you will see every community gather together and kneeling down in fear. Every community will be called to its record of deeds to account for whatever it did in the world. This day you will be recompensed for what you used to do. 29. This is our book, the record of your deeds that we prepared, speaking the truth against you. Assuredly, we have had transcribed what you used to do in the world. 30. Then as for those who believed and did good righteous deeds, their Lord will admit them into paradise, which is the embodiment of his mercy. That is the obvious triumph. 31. As for those who disbelieved, there will be this reproach. Were my revelations not recited to you? Indeed, recited repeatedly, but you in arrogance scorned them and proved yourself a guilty people committed to accumulating sins. 32. When it was proclaimed that God's promise is true and that there is no doubt about the coming of the last hour, you said, we can make no sense of the last hour. We think it is only a supposition. We are by no means convinced of it. Sadaqallahul Azim.